guys, I thought I'd make this video a really awkward video about something scary that I've just been told. Okay, so yesterday was Wednesday, the 26th of August 2020. I got an email saying that I need to get tested for COVID-19. Um, when I read that email, I absolutely lost it because I was like, why do I need to get tested? Like, what's going on? Like, you know, has someone I've come in contact with been, confirmed or whatever? But it's more of just to kind of like make sure that no one has got it. The people I hung out with over the weekend all got the same email, and we were all kind of stressing. Most of them have already got their tests done because they had decent notice. I read my email at 1 p.m. yesterday. Most testing zones near me close around 2:30, and they also need a referral from a doctor. So I was absolutely stressed out going, where do I get tested? I went to Google, and Google's like, you can go to Tweed Heads or Toowoomba, and I'm like, both of those I'm going to require a lot of community contact, so no, I can't go there. Because there's like a good 5 hour trip on public transport, yay. Um, so I was really stressing, and also what makes this worse is my co-worker told me he got tested for COVID yesterday as well. His reason for getting tested for COVID was because he worked a day that a confirmed case was within our area. Because there's no time slot on what time this confirmed case came to our area, he was like, I need to get tested. I don't feel good. I'm getting tested. And he told me to get tested. And I'm like, man, I worked Saturday, I worked Monday, and I worked Tuesday. Like, and the confirmed case happened on Friday. So we are kind of freaking out. I told my manager, and she's like, Laura, you don't have the week on. Like, you've got Tuesday to Sunday off. Don't stress. Just let me know your details. Just let me know if you're confirmed or not by Saturday. So that way I can get someone to fix your shifts for next week. So she was okay with it. She tried to calm me down, which was really nice of her. But I was absolutely stressing. I was absolutely losing it. I rang Queensland Health, and I was like, look, I got this email. I don't know what to do. And they were like, okay, so did you get this email because you know because they told you to, or did you get this email because Queensland Health told them to? And I was like, I don't know. I'm trying to find out. And she's like, okay, well, if Queensland Health told them to send this email to you, then go get tested. If they didn't send this email to you because Queensland Health said so, then don't stress. My recommendation, she even had to speak to her manager because she wasn't sure what was going on. And she's like, my recommendation is, and her recommendation was like, okay, so I say don't get tested until you find out whether this email was because Queensland Health said so or because they said so. And I was like, okay. But everyone I was in contact with over the weekend was like, get tested. It doesn't matter, get tested. Um, so much conflicting information at the moment. I have no symptoms. I do get the snuffles and a cold nose, but that's because it's cold, and I put that down to the weather rather than symptoms. I don't have a sore throat. I don't have a I don't have a runny nose. My symptoms are pretty much non-existent, and I've had a runny nose or a sniffles since the beginning of the year. And every time it's cold, my nose goes, "Ha! We don't like the cold, so let's turn into an icicle and just." So that's been really fun. But that's been happening on and off all year since the 1st of January. It's now the 27th of August. So I don't put that down to COVID. I put that down to my body. I'm also surprised. Normally, this time of year, particularly in August, I end up dead. Like, I literally end up bedridden for a month and a half. This is the first year where I haven't. So for me, I'm going, okay, well, if I ended up bedridden, I would have gone and get COVID tested purely because me being bedridden means I can't sleep. My throat's sore, my nose is sore. Like, just my human body just shuts down completely. So when I get sick, I get sick. I feel like I've been hit by a bus. But this year I haven't been sick. Like, so I'm sitting here going, okay, I'm between a rock and a hard place. Unfortunately, also what makes it worse is that the media has said several places close to my suburb have been hit with confirmed cases. I think according to them, there's 3 confirmed cases in my area. They are all within less than 5 minute drive from my house. They are all less than 5 minute drive from my work. So I'm just like, I don't want to leave my house, but I need to go to work and I need to go to classes. So I'm definitely between a rock and a hard place at the moment. I know I need to get tested for the sake of myself. I know I need to get tested for the sake of the community. Um, I don't know. I did also have the COVID app on my phone for several months. But when they said it doesn't work, I took it off because I was like, well, what's the point of having an app on my phone that's not going to actually do anything? That's just wasting space, and I can put other crap on there instead. So there's that as well. So yesterday when I got this email, I just lost it. I screamed the house down. I made a gazillion videos ranting and raving and naming and shaming, which those name and shame videos will not be put up online purely because I will get in a lot of trouble and I will probably end up in court for like a defamation crap or whatever. So those videos are safe for now. No, I will not post those videos online purely because there's no point naming and shaming when it isn't just their fault, to be honest. A lot of things happened over the weekend. The rules were constantly changing. Queensland had several more confirmed cases on Saturday, and the people I was with, we all thought we were safe because we were on the outskirts of confirmed cases. So we were just like, we don't want to risk it, but at the same time we don't know. We'll just wait a few minutes and see what happens, and then that few minutes turned into a few hours, and those few hours turned into a yes, we can still go ahead with what we're doing. So ultimately it's a decision that affects a lot of people. So I don't know. I am also stressing because I'm like, dude, if I come back positive, which I fingers crossed I don't, but if I come back positive, I've been out in the community. I've gone grocery shopping, I've gone to work, I've caught public transport, I've gone to the city, I've gone, to a bunch of places. And it's not because I've gone, oh yeah, COVID rules are relaxed now. No, it's because these are places that I need to go. I need to go to shops to get groceries because I need food to survive. I need to go to work because I have bills to pay, and that's the only place where I can earn money safely and legally. I need to go to classes because I've just forked myself into a debt. So now I need to attend these classes for a career that I would absolutely love. So I'm just really taking it by ear at the moment. Unfortunately, yesterday or Wednesday I didn't get tested because a lot of places closed and a lot of places have deadlines. I found out the hospital has a cutoff time for 5:30. When I rang them, it was 4 o'clock. And I'm also pulling big sister duty this week, so I'm looking after my siblings. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I need to get tested, but I also need to do the school pickup and drop off. I need to get tested, but I also have a stress of assignments to do. I need to get tested, but Jesus Christ, what am I doing? I'm making excuses for myself, which is really dumb to do. So today is Thursday. I'm gonna do the school drop off, and then I'm gonna run to the hospital and be like, I don't care, I will waste my time all day just for the sake of my safety. And then I will figure out how my siblings are getting home after school. That's another story in itself. That's the thing. You don't realize this stuff until you get something like this told to you. I like broke down crying for a good hour going, what do I do? I know I need to get tested. This email says I need to get tested because if I don't, I can't do a bunch of things that I need to do. I also have work, and if I'm off work for 2 weeks, they're screwed. That's one staff member down. And because my coworker said he's got tested and he feels like he's been hit by a train, that's another coworker down. Like, it's a domino effect and we don't realize it. Over the weekend I wore my mask. Over the weekend I used a crap ton of hand sanitizer. Over the weekend was the first time I wore a mask 3 days straight. Well, I took it off to eat and drink, and I took it off when I had to go to bed. But for the first time since COVID hit Australia, it's the first time I wore a mask was for 3 days. And we tried to social distance over the weekend, but it's a small area that we were in, so there was only so much we could distance from. God, I am a lot calmer. If I made this video yesterday, it would have been a lot longer. A lot of name and shaming would have happened. But at this point, I've slept on what I was gonna say. So there's no point for me to name and shame because, like I said, it's not technically their fault. Um, it's a lot of people's fault. It's the fault that the confirmed cases, we kind of took a chance. Um, everyone in everyone who I interacted with over the weekend has got tested, or at least is doing what I'm doing and trying to find places where we can get tested with no issues, even if it requires waiting. I've run work, like I said. I've done what I can do. At the moment, I'm trying to isolate as much as I can, which is really hard because I still live at home. So my mom and my siblings are just like, I did tell my mom yesterday. I rang her up and I was like, Mom, I have to get tested for COVID. And she's like, why? I'm like, because of this reason. And she's like, oh. And then over the weekend, one of my friends went out of his way to give me a lift home. And he's like, Laura, I hate you right now. This is what I was trying to avoid. I haven't gone out in public since COVID lockdowns, and now you're making me get tested. And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, your niceness kind of cost you, and I would understand if you want to murder me. And he's like, look, if your results come back negative, then mine will too. So my friend is like really hating me at the moment because of him giving me a lift home over the weekend. Um, Thankfully, it's only one day that this email was stressed about. But in saying that, it could have been 3 days. In saying that, I've been out in the community a lot. When I went to work Saturday, I didn't know there was confirmed cases in my area. I didn't know until about Sunday morning. There was one particular confirmed case, which is probably about a meter from my work. I didn't know about that till Sunday morning. So I'm really just like, look, I worked Saturday. I worked 4.5 hours Saturday. And then I traveled on public transport for another 2 hours. The amount of people that would have come in contact with me and not realized it. So I'm sitting here going, trying to think of, if my results come back positive, where have I been? I can look at my bank statement because thankfully I've been using card a lot more. But in saying that, my bank statement only shows so much because there was a lot of times where I just didn't pay for things because I didn't go shopping. I didn't go out where it required me to pay for things. So it's like, okay, what do I look? I can go look at my Go card. My Go card will have all the information, but in saying that, what about places that I walked to? What about places that someone gave me a lift to? And I don't know. So yesterday I was a real mess. Um, so I think my recommendation to anybody, if you get told to get tested, whether it's via email, whether it's via text, whether it's phone calls, whether it's people telling you to your face, go get tested. It probably will be uncomfortable. Everybody I've talked to has said it's uncomfortable because you get 2 swabs up your nose and then 1 swab down the back of your throat. So gag reflexes will come into play for everybody. I will let you know how my testing goes. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm a lot better than yesterday. I will be 10 times more better once my results come in. Um, it's really scary to try and figure out because there's so much I need to do in such a short time, and having a COVID test and waiting for my results is something that I really don't have time to do. But I can't make that excuse because this is life or death. Like, these numbers that the media is saying on how many people have died is not funny. Like, they are in the hundreds, they are in the thousands. This is worldwide. There's no point me going, yeah, I don't have time to get tested, so screw you all. Like, that's just a dumb thing to do. Like, I'm not dumb. I try to be considerate where I can, but there's only so much I can do. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go now because I'm running out of voice. Only because I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna make this video. It's 6:30 in the morning and I just have so much to do. Okay, I will keep you guys updated. Okay, so I just got tested. Um, yay. Okay, it's not as uncomfortable as I thought it would be. Okay, so I had the assumption that they would use like 2 cotton swabs. They only used one on me. They went down the back of my throat and then up my nose with the same thing. So I was like, isn't that kind of gross? But it's my body, so same germs, whatever. Anyway, so I got there at 8:20, and I was seen by 8:30, so 10-minute wait, which was pretty good. So I think I chose the best time to come in. What they did, I was like, where do I go test it? And they're like, okay, so here, we'll give you hand sanitizer, here's a mask. And I was like, I've got my own, so I'm gonna wear my own. And they're like, good, put it on, because we're not letting you into this hospital until you've done your hand sanitized and worn a mask. And I was like, okay, fine, cool, whatever. Oh god, now my nostrils are running. And I was like, okay, fine. So I went in, they took my details, they're like, have you ever been to this hospital? I was like, I probably have, years ago. And they made me, they checked all my details, they made sure, they wanted to check my Medicare card, which I didn't bring. They took my healthcare card instead, just for the expiry date, which is fine. So I waited. Oh my god, now my nose is running. It was fine before. So I waited a bit, and then my name got called out, and the guy's like, hi, I'm so-and-so. This is me and my partner. I'm gonna, check you over. She's gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna swab you. And so she asked, she's like, reason why you're getting tested. Have you been to hotspots? Have you traveled? Have you got any symptoms? And I was like, the reason I got tested was because of an email. I don't have any symptoms. So as far as I'm aware, I haven't been to any hotspots, and I definitely don't have any symptoms. She's like, fine. And then she's like, do you live with people? And I was like, yeah, I live with 4 other people. She's like, okay, if they start showing symptoms, get them tested right away. I was like, okay. So the guy swabbed me. He put the swab down the back of my neck. He's like, push your tongue forward and say ah. So I was like, and weirdly enough, I didn't choke on it, which is like, okay, which I think is a weird fact that I just said out loud. Cool. And then he stuck the same swab up my nose. He did both nostrils. That was fine. It felt weird. It made my eyes water, but at the same time, it kind of felt like an ant bite. Like it tickled, I guess. I don't know. It's really weird to explain. I didn't feel any pain. He's like, do you want a tissue? I'm like, no, I'm fine. So my nose I felt fine, and now I'm like, my nose is running now. I have tissues in my bag. It's okay. So he said I should get the results within the next 2 to 3 days. If it's negative, I'll get a text message. If it's positive, I will get a phone call. So I just realized I'm in the middle of the public, and I'm trying not to be too loud, and I pray that no one's on the other side of this bus stop. So I'm a lot calmer now that I've taken it. It is a hassle to get tested, but it's better to be tested than to be sorry later down the track. So I've got a medical certificate, because they give you one. They're like, here's a medical certificate. Here's the things that we don't want you doing. Don't do them. And I'm like, okay, sweet. How am I getting home? So it's okay. I'm a lot calmer. Hopefully by Saturday I get the results, and then I can stop stressing and start worrying about everything else. I'll let you guys know what happens in the next 2 to 3 days. Fingers crossed it's negative. Oh my god. Sorry. Excuse the chewing. I just got lunch, and I'm really excited. I'm really freaking excited. So I got tested Thursday. Okay, it's Friday. It's almost 1 p.m. And oh my god, I can stop stressing. I know it's only 24 hours notice, but I can stop stressing. I got a text message saying my results are negative, and oh my god, I am so freaking happy. I'm not gonna lie. When you when you get COVID tested, especially when the media scares you with all these facts, you start freaking out, going, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Oh my god. But Nutella. Sorry, Nutella. I was freaking out, going, okay, fingers crossed it's negative, because I'm screwed. I've been out in the community, and my co-worker's going, Laura, I haven't got my results yet. I got tested Wednesday. I haven't got my results, and I feel like I've been hit by a train. And I'm like going, oh crap. If my co-worker's positive, and there's a potential cause of me being positive, and I was going, oh shit, what do I do? What can I do in this situation? And yeah, got my text message 20 minutes before I have to go to class, and I am absolutely cheering. Yes, I can leave the house. Not gonna lie, I'm super happy. I mean, it doesn't help because I have assignments to do, so I'm chained to my laptop at the moment. But oh my god, that panic has stopped. I am super happy. I am over the moon. Yesterday after I got home from my test, I was just kind of staring at my assignments, going, "I do not want to work on you. I think I'm dying, but I don't want to work on you." Like, I'm in that mindset of, there's a potential 50-50 chance that I get positive. Thankfully, it's not. Now I can go back to working assignments. Oh my god. So I'm like super happy now. I'm super cheering and I'm absolutely excited. Wow. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, I got told to get tested because I got an email. I got an email from somebody who's like, look, here's why we want you to get tested. And I was like, oh God, we screwed up. Like, this is what happened. This is why we got it. This is our repercussions. And everyone in my group, not everyone, most of the people in my group have had their results come back negative. And I was like, okay, sweet. One slip up, we're all screwed. Thankfully, we're not. Thankfully, I'm not anyway. I shouldn't say that. Not everyone else has posted their results. But oh my god, I'm cheering. I'm cheering. I am so happy. I would have flipped out if I had to spend any more time at home. Not gonna lie, like doing classes online is a pain in the neck. I hated classes online. You know, trying to be cautious at work. Ugh. Trying to be cautious when I got in public. I'm already cautious as it is, but still, I can go out and be venturous ish. Um, so it's great. Oh, I mean, I know I shouldn't be cheering because there are actually a lot of people out there who do have positive results who are sadly, in hospital with life-threatening problems from COVID. But right now, I'm cheering because that's one less panic for me and one less stress for me. Um, and it's the scariest thing ever. I woke up this morning and I was like messaging my coworker going, "Have you got your results?" And he's like, "No, they've lost mine." I'm like, "Oh crap." But no, yeah, get tested. I know it's uncomfortable, but get tested. I know we're all sick of staying at home, but get tested. It's one less thing to worry about. Once you get tested, once you get results, then okay, can I stress even more or can I stress even less? At this moment, I'm glad because I have a million other things to worry about and I really didn't want to worry about my life anymore as is. Oh God. God, I'm gonna be so excited. So happy. Um Man, now I have to go tell my manager I have to go to work. Ew. I mean, I shouldn't say that's a bad thing, but yay, now I have to go to work next week. Sorry, that sounded mean. Like I shouldn't be like over the moon, but I am. Like I said, there's thousands of people who have COVID who have sadly died from COVID, and here I am chucking a party because I don't have it. Well, actually, party for one because I'm not dumb. But it's really one of those things that like you should be cheering for yourself, but at the same time, how do you cheer when there's millions, thousands of people around the world suffering from COVID-19, a disease that's ever changing as we go. It's scary. I actually ended up stop watching the news purely because I was sick of hearing all the horribleness going on from COVID. But whew, I'm still not going back to watching the news because it's so depressing. I'm sick of hearing sorrow after sorrow when it comes to COVID. But yeah, I like literally jumped off my bed and almost smacked my head on top of my bed frame when I got my results, but I was like cheering. Wow. I'm gonna say that until I run out of breath, but I probably shouldn't. But I'm gonna go now and tell a million other people who don't have to stress anymore, and my friend doesn't have to stress anymore. My friend was stressing because I was like, dude, you need to get tested because you gave me a lift home, and he's like, yeah, and if yours positive comes back positive, I'm killing you. So thankfully he doesn't have to kill me now. Okay, I'm gonna go after my little weird emotional roller coaster of a video. Um, this is definitely a happy story that I needed to hear. I'm pretty sure if it was something else, I would have been in tears and I wouldn't have gone to class this afternoon. Thankfully, it's online. Not that I want it to be, but it's online. Um, Now I can go tell a bunch of people who are going to be cheering for me.
because one less thing for me to worry about. I mean, I'm not scared of death. I've stopped being scared of death long ago, but still, this is something that. Oh, sorry, I just got a message. Like this is something that you need to be scared about, but at least now I know that I need to take 10 times more precautions. Wearing a mask for 3 days means nothing. Using hand sanitizer every time I go out means nothing. It's still social distancing. It's still being prepared for what could or could not happen. Now I feel like the minute someone says they're sick, I'm just gonna be like, see you can go die alone. I shouldn't say that, that is so mean. I'm so sorry. That actually sounded really heartless. Sorry. But yeah, I'm cheering. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye.